The nasty and risky attacks on Tesla just won't stop. Actually, they seem to be getting worse. A Tesla dealership in Texas is sounding the alarm about a bunch of attacks on Elon Musk's car company. People are mad at Tesla, and it's causing protests and making some potential buyers think twice, but not our next guest. For a long time, Tesla was a leader in the worldwide car industry, leading the charge for electric vehicles, especially because of Elon Musk's big ideas. Cool cars like the Model S and Model 3, plus improvements in software and batteries, made lots of people call Tesla the car maker of the future. But the truth is, recent trade fights around the world, Donald Trump's tariff plans with European countries, and Musk's loud political opinions have hurt Tesla in Europe. Numbers from January, February, and early March show that Tesla's sales in Europe have dropped by almost half. In Germany, sales fell by more than 70%, which is a huge problem for Tesla. Musk used to have a great reputation in Europe, and Tesla was even the top-selling electric brand in Nordic countries. Now, things have totally changed. The tariffs between the US and Europe, plus Elon Musk's controversial opinions about European politics, have put Tesla in a tough spot. While this big American car company is struggling in Europe, Chinese electric vehicle companies like BYD are jumping in to take advantage. Tesla's stock price crashed by a shocking 53% last month. The biggest danger to Tesla seems to be Europe's growing electric car industry, and especially China's BYD. Trump is trying to fight back with new plans. We're going to look at Tesla's big problems in the US, Europe, and other places. We'll also check out what Elon Musk and Trump are doing to save Tesla and how the US car industry can get stronger. Plus, we'll see how Donald Trump's tariffs on China are making a difference. It's 10 plus 10, just so there's no mix-up. Was there confusion? Yes, sir. Okay, 10 plus 10. It's another 10. But first, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and give us a like so you don't miss any updates. Let's jump back to our main topic without wasting time and talk about the US plan to help Tesla. First, let's look at Tesla's big troubles in Europe with some numbers. According to the latest reports from February, Tesla's sales in Germany dropped by 70% compared to last year. Tesla sold 6,638 cars in February 2024, but only 1,429 this February. In France, sales fell by 44%, in Norway 45%, in Spain 44%, in Denmark 48%, and in the Netherlands 34%. These numbers show a serious downfall everywhere you look. A few years ago, Tesla was basically running the electric car market in places like Norway. Of course, there are lots of reasons for this huge drop, but here are the main ones. First, Elon Musk's political views. Musk has gotten a lot of criticism for things like being close to Trump in US politics and openly supporting far-right groups in Europe. For example, people got really upset when they heard he might have praised the AfD party in Germany, which is known for its extreme ideas. This made a lot of left-leaning and middle-ground voters angry. More and more people in Europe are saying, "I'd never buy a Tesla, I don't want to support Musk's ideas." In a survey, 94% of over 100,000 Germans said they'd never buy a Tesla again. This feels like a boycott because of politics. While people are turning against Tesla, electric cars from European brands like the Volkswagen ID series, BMW i, and Mercedes EQ are stepping up as other options. The second reason is Trump's tough trade rules with Europe. When Trump says, "My big issue is with the EU, I'll slap 25% or 50% tariffs on them, and it'll be 25% usually, and that's on cars and everything else." And then the EU fights back with tariffs on American stuff. It heats up the competition. People start saying, "I'd rather buy a Volkswagen ID .3, Renault Zoe, Peugeot E208, or BMW i4 for about the same price." And that's eating away at Tesla's share. The third reason might be Tesla taking too long to bring new cars to Europe, and customers wanting different things. For example, making the Model Y at the Berlin Gigafactory didn't hit full speed, and there were delays. Pricing has also been confusing. While Elon Musk lowered prices in the US, he didn't do the same in Europe, or at least not enough. People started asking, why buy a Tesla when other brands have similar stuff? The result? Deliveries dropped a lot. Things aren't looking good for Tesla in the US either, even though Trump fans there like Tesla, most other people are turning away because Musk is too unpredictable. Plus, brands like GM, Ford, and European and Asian companies are now offering solid electric cars in the US. This is a time when Tesla's stock price has fallen way below its old highs. Experts say Tesla's stock value went over $1 trillion and then sank to $600 or $700 billion. This up and down makes people wonder, is it because of Musk's political moves or competition in the industry? It's probably both. Competition is growing, and Tesla isn't the only creative brand anymore. At the same time, Chinese brands like BYD and NIO are showing up in Europe, grabbing customers with cheaper but high-tech electric cars. So it's not just European brands taking advantage of the anti-Tesla vibe. Chinese brands are too. Now, US President Donald Trump, with Elon Musk as his Secretary of Government Efficiency, is trying to figure out how to save American manufacturing during this tariff mess. After putting tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, the car industry has become a big focus for solutions. Tesla, owned by Elon Musk, is the key player here. Remember when Donald Trump held an event at the White House and said he'd buy a red Tesla to back Musk? He said, "He makes an awesome product and we're gonna tell people you can't do that stuff and support him. They've got to support him." Even though more people want low carbon cars, Tesla's sales keep falling because of tougher competition in the electric vehicle world, and because Musk's focus on politics is pushing some buyers and investors away. Reports of slow sales one after another have hit Tesla's stock price hard, dropping it by about 28% in the past month. This fall was close to wiping out the big jump after the election that pushed Tesla to record highs in mid-December, which helped the company grow 18% in the last 6 months. Analysts say Tesla's CEO is part of the reason for the falling sales and weak stock. Musk's big role in Trump's government, working on waste cleanup in the Department of Government Efficiency, plus his meddling in European politics, has turned off some of Tesla's main customers and sparked protests at Tesla factories and dealerships. But it's not just Musk. Some basic issues are also hurting demand for Tesla, like more competition from old school car makers jumping into electric vehicles and stronger foreign rivals like China's BYD. The biggest threat to Tesla looks like China and BYD. Tesla took a hit in China too. Early numbers from the China Passenger Car Association showed Tesla sold 3,688 cars made in China in February, a 49% drop from the same month last year. Meanwhile, its local rival BYD sold 38,233 cars, both in China and shipped out, which was a 161% jump from a year ago. Sales in January fell 11.5% from last year and 32.6% from December, according to a report from the China Passenger Vehicle Association in early February. Experts say Tesla's sales drop in China came from cutting production in Shanghai, and they think the drop wouldn't have been so bad without those cuts. After Tesla's rough month in China, full details on local sales should come out soon. As we can see, during this tough time when Tesla's sales kept sliding, the US made a big move to turn things around and boost American car production. This move, where President Donald Trump gave Tesla a helping hand, was to put a 25% tariff on cars made outside the US. Right when Elon Musk's electric car company said on its website that it's officially starting business in Saudi Arabia and will begin sales next month, Trump's tariffs on foreign-made cars stood out. Like we said, President Donald Trump recently announced he'd put a 25% tariff on imported cars. He called April 2nd, when the tariff starts, Independence Day. The president said this will keep growth going. The White House says this move is meant to help US production, but it could also make things hard for car makers that rely on parts from other countries. Plus, the White House thinks these new tariffs will bring in $100 billion a year. President Trump's choice to put a 25% tariff on imported cars will likely affect the car industry and the whole US economy in big ways. But industry experts warn that this could mess up global supply chains and raise prices for buyers. Even US car makers get a lot of their parts from overseas. So this tariff increase, set to start in April, could make production more expensive, limit how many cars are available, and cut overall sales. Even with these worries, Trump has stood by the tariffs, saying they'll bring manufacturing back to the US. He called the current cross-border supply chains silly and said, "This is sticking around." Trump pointed to South Korean car maker Hyundai planning to build a $5.8 billion steel plant in Louisiana as proof that tariffs are bringing back US manufacturing jobs. Stock markets reacted fast to Trump's latest tariff news. General Motors' shares dropped dropped about 3%, and Stellantis, the company behind Jeep and Chrysler, saw shares fall about 3.6%. Ford's shares went up a little. With all these changes, Trump has always made tariffs a key part of his economic plan, saying that taxing imports will boost US production and shrink the budget deficit. But experts say switching to US-based manufacturing could take years since companies need time to plan, build, and hire for new factories. Right now, just over 1 million people work in making cars and parts in the US. That's about 320,000 fewer than in 2000, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Another 2.1 million Americans work in car and parts dealerships. If these tariffs get fully passed on to buyers, car prices could go up by as much as $12,500 and push inflation higher. This is something Trump has promised to tackle when he's back in the White House. With average car prices already near $49,000, lots of families might not be able to afford new cars. To make it easier, Trump has suggested a tax break on interest for car loans, but only for cars made completely in the US. This could balance out some of the money the tariffs are expected to bring in. The car tariff is part of a bigger plan to put matching taxes on imports from places like China, Mexico, and Canada. Some of these tariffs, like on cars from Canada and Mexico, were paused after pushback from car makers, but are set to start again in April. With Trump's tariffs in play, Tesla is making a surprising move by aiming for Arabia. This comes after Tesla's CEO Elon Musk has seen sales drop in some markets because of his work in Trump's government, where he's taken a big role beyond the Department of Government Efficiency. Tesla's arrival in Saudi Arabia will probably strengthen ties between the US and Saudi Arabia under Trump. It's also a big step for electric cars in Saudi Arabia, the world's top oil exporter, which knows it can't depend on oil forever. One effect of Tesla moving into the Arab region is better relations between the two countries. In other words, Tesla going to Saudi Arabia shows tensions easing between CEO Elon Musk and Saudi Arabia. That tension started with Musk's attempt to take Tesla private in 2018. Trump has talked about his good relationship with Saudi Arabia many times, and this month said the country promised to spend $1.3 trillion on US investments, including buying American military gear. Donald Trump also said he plans to visit the world's biggest oil exporter on his first overseas trip in his second term. Now, Tesla expanding into Saudi Arabia will make the bond between Trump and the Saudi kingdom even stronger. So why did Tesla pick Saudi Arabia all of a sudden? Tesla already works in Middle Eastern countries like the United Arab Emirates, Israel, Jordan, and Qatar, but its biggest market in the Gulf is Saudi Arabia. To share its arrival in Saudi Arabia, Tesla said it'll hold a launch event on April 10th, 2025 at Bajiri Terrace in Riyadh. With this step, Elon Musk might finally fill in the missing piece of the puzzle. Tesla's announcement also included an open invite to the launch event in Riyadh. The company made it clear it's coming to Saudi Arabia soon. This news got good feedback from Saudi users who weren't sure if the cars could handle desert heat and humidity and started asking about prices, mentioning complaints from users in the UAE. While people in Saudi Arabia are already excited about Tesla, China doesn't want to miss out on the competition. BYD, Tesla's top rival in China, wants to double its sales outside China by targeting the UK, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. This news comes as Elon Musk's electric car company faces trouble in Western markets, dropping sales in Europe, and more protests against the company and its owner have gotten lots of attention in China. At the same time, BYD might be planning to hit back at Tesla's move into Saudi Arabia. BYD's strength in the industry comes mostly from meeting China's huge need for electric cars with local sales. But the company's chairman told analysts it's planning moves abroad, aiming to sell over 800,000 cars outside China by 2025. BYD chairman Wang Chuanfu said on an earnings call that BYD will focus on the UK, Southeast Asia, and Latin America as Tesla, the second biggest electric car company, deals with falling stock value in the West and protests against Musk. Looking at how Tesla and BYD, two top companies in the US-China electric car race, have been selling so far gives us big hints about what's coming. At a key moment for the electric vehicle industry, Chinese carmaker BYD reported a record-breaking $107 billion in yearly revenue for 2024, beating its US rival Tesla in money made. This win shows BYD's growing power in the global electric car market. This huge huge revenue number is a 29% jump from the year before, mostly thanks to strong sales of BYD's hybrid cars. The company's push beyond just all-electric cars into hybrids has made it a tough competitor in an industry that's starting to use all kinds of power systems. While Tesla is still a major name in all-electric cars, BYD's success in grabbing a big chunk of both hybrid and all-electric markets has fueled its amazing growth. The company isn't just doing well with car sales. BYD is also making big strides in things like batteries, electronics, and new energy solutions. By smartly linking its work across these areas, the company has built a mix of income sources that keeps it a leader in electric mobility. By comparison, Tesla, the US leader in electric cars, made $97.7 billion in yearly revenue over the same time, meaning BYD's revenue was $9.3 billion higher. While Tesla's money is still a big deal and it's the global leader in all-electric cars, BYD's wide range of products has let it take a bigger slice of the overall market, especially in hybrids, where it's been a hit. Tesla has long been seen as a trailblazer in the electric car world, but BYD's fast growth and new ideas have shaken things up. With good prices, strong manufacturing, and a huge presence in China, the world's biggest electric car market, BYD, is ready to take on Tesla worldwide. BYD chairman and president Wang Chuanfu sounded confident about the company's role in changing the global car market. After sharing the company's yearly financial results, Wang said BYD has become a leader in every area, from batteries to electronics to new energy cars, breaking the hold of foreign brands and reshaping the global market's new look. This shows BYD's drive to challenge big foreign brands, especially in key spots like battery making and car building. The company's all-in-one approach, handling everything from batteries to car assembly, lets it control costs and quality better, offering good prices without giving up on new ideas. The fierce competition between BYD and Tesla shows a bigger shift in the car industry as countries and companies race to lead the electric vehicle boom. While Tesla keeps leading in electric car breakthroughs, especially in self-driving tech and top-notch electric power systems, BYD's smart growth into hybrids, batteries, and other green energy solutions has made it a stronger rival. As the world's demand for electric cars keeps rising, both companies will likely push each other to come up with more new stuff. BYD's strong spot in China, plus its growing reach worldwide, gives it an edge, while Tesla's solid name for high-performance electric cars and advanced tech still matters in big markets. But the focus on markets outside their home countries should keep going through 2025. BYD trying to break into North America seems unlikely. That's because Canada and the US both put heavy taxes on electric cars made in China. Now, with Trump adding a 25% tariff on cars not made in the US, Tesla is expected to catch up to BYD in the competition and maybe even pass it. Thanks for watching.